What is going on, guys? It's your boy Chris here. It's been a minute, but I'm back. I'm back with another video, and this one's kind of important. I want to talk about something that a lot of people are still starting to finally see reality set in on a certain wrestling company that we all know and love to laugh at, and that's AEW. Sorry. So, a lot of people were getting into it with people online the other day about how bad the last show was. The last show leading into Full Gear was. I didn't see the show. I didn't want to see the show. I saw quote unquote highlights of the show, and let me tell you, there were no highlights. It sucked. Okay. The show was fucking bad. Um, when the dude from Costco is your biggest fucking thing you can put on your fucking show, and his kid are the biggest stars on the show, and they actually make people give a fuck, you're screwed. Okay, the fact that Big Boom AJ is I will call him, I'll give him his props. Big Boom AJ and Big Justice were out there making people give a fuck about this show more than anything else that was put on TV is damning. And yeah, I'm going to say this. Those guys actually did more promotion to hype up this show than the actual fucking show. And these guys were on the pre-show, so they weren't even wrestling on the main card. You know what I'm saying? They were like pre-show talent. But they made you fucking care. They got you invested in what they were fucking doing, and that dude cuts a better promo than 99% of the fucking company right now. So credit to Big Boom AJ. I'm also gonna say this about Full Gear. The best match on the fucking other fucking night wasn't on the main card. It was the Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall match. I watched it because I expected it to be a shit show. It wasn't. It was actually a very solid match. Granted, AJ got winded because he's hadn't wrestled in like 20 years, and you could tell he didn't have his lungs in him or his legs and stuff like that. He wasn't the same wrestler he was like 20 years ago, but the dude still put on a good fucking match. And QT Marshall, who I despise as a fucking wrestler, cannot stand this motherfucker. I don't like him. I think his gimmick is fucking trash. Nothing he's ever done's been good. The whole thing with actually, I take that back. The QT Marshall, what was it based off of, like fucking TMZ thing, the QTV thing? That was actually kind of funny. Even though they fucking buried Wardlow and he never recovered from it, and he kind of set back Will Hobbs, big Will Hobbs. I wasn't happy about that either, but it did bring us Harley Cameron, so that was a plus. That was a plus. Aaron Solo sprang Banaka and it's about 50 times. That was a thing. But it brought us Harley Cameron, so there's a plus there. If you like attractive, like blonde women, plus, thumbs up. Gave her a spotlight. She hadn't done fuck all since, but no, there was the boob shaking that went over between her and Mia Shirakawa that everyone was fawning over. But real talk, if WWE did that, like everyone would be losing their fucking minds, like this is sexist and blah blah blah. But they got away with it. It was what it was. Okay, we're doing that now. All right. Anyway, I don't like QT Marshall, but credit to him, he led a very solid fucking match. And he did what he did what he needed to do to get the match over. So credit to him. And he took that spear from that kid. He sold it like he liked death. Like from Big Justice. Like that was cool. Like I gotta give him credit. he did everything in his power to make that match good. So credit to QT Marshall and credit to Big Boom AJ for putting on the best match of the night. And I know what you're gonna say. What about Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher? They had the best match on the card. Will Ospreay kicked out of a fucking Kawada driver, okay? I don't know what generation of wrestling y'all watched, but the one I grew up in, when I watched when Toshiaki Kawada hit the Kawada driver, the match was fucking over. There was no kicking out. You were fucking done. And he kicked out at 2. Fuck no. That match sucked. And every match had the same fucking thing. They were the same fucking match over and over again. It got boring. Like the Mercedes match, Monet Chris Statlander match. Like you could tell Chris Statlander. I feel bad for her because she's had so many fucking knee injuries and shit that when she was limping to the back, I thought, like, Jesus Christ, not again. Because I actually like Chris Statlander. I do. Mercedes Moné has been exposed as being the most overrated wrestler in the history of this business. Like, she's overrated as fuck. Like, y'all gotta stop with her. She's not good. Okay? She's not good. Between sandbagging Statlander and just overall, like, she's not good. I'm sorry. Now that she's no longer in the bubble at WWE, where they can protect her from her worst tendencies, you're now seeing how awful she is. Not just as a wrestler, but as a person, she's delusional. Like, she crazy, man. I'm sorry. Like, the best thing that could have happened to Mikaze was her leaving. Like, bro, you're free, bro. You're free. Go be free. Enjoy freedom. Live. That's my thoughts on that. The end of the show, that main event, like, what the fuck was that? I could talk about the Takeshita Ricochet match, but it was the same match as the Spray and Fletcher match, so there's really not much else to say. But I will say this: Takeshita needs to get the fuck out of AEW and get to WWE as soon as possible because he deserves so much better than this bullshit. Another guy that deserves better than this bullshit is what's his name? Jay White. Jay White deserves better. One, he had to wrestle Hangman dipshit Page, and fuck that dude for life in this house. Like, I will never like that dude after the shit he did to CM Punk. And I'm going to get to that in another part of this video, but I want to cover this whole thing with this shit show of a pay-per-view. I'm glad I didn't pay for it. Because if I had, I'd have been pissed. I mean, Orange Cassidy in the main event against Jon Moxley. I think everything that needs to be said about that's already been said, but I will say this. If AEW does the damn thing and puts the belt on Orange Cassidy, they deserve every bit of, like, hell they catch. Like, he's a comedy wrestler. Why are you booking a comedy wrestler in the main event of your show? No one takes him seriously. Him saying, I gotta do this because I have to. I'm not a leader. So I gotta do this tonight. I really give a fuck about what happens to you now. Holy shit, I can't wait to see this guy with the boyhood dream come true. I'm actually glad Moxley won that match. I don't know why they put Orange Cassidy in there. And I hate Moxley's whole, like, neo Yahtzee group that he's doing. Stop watching Romper Stomper getting ideas, dude. What the fuck? That's what inspired this whole thing? Romper Stomper? Like, god damn, dude. Fuck. It was bad. It was bad. And then the end of the other show where I don't know what the fuck that was, where Darby Allin legitimately crashed his car into their truck. Like, what the fuck? Like, why? Someone please save Darby Allin from himself. He's one of the few people in this company that actually could do something. So can we save him from himself? Can we save Darby Allin from himself, please? Before he dies for our sins? Like, come on. Anyway, this brings up the second part of this. A lot of people are talking about, because this month is the 1 year anniversary of CM Punk returning to WWE. And a lot of people are saying that that's where the turn happened for AEW, where they became like a joke. And I disagree to an extent. That played a role in it, absolutely. Like CM Punk leaving AEW played a role. Make no mistake about it. But there's a bigger moment at hand that people forget about that led to all of this. That was the real beginning of the end for AEW. And it's Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes leaving that bitch. When Cody and Brandy left, that was the beginning of the end. When the founder of a company says, I gotta get the fuck out of here, I'm done with this shit, that's everything. That was the beginning of the end of AEW. Whether people want to acknowledge it or not, that's where the shit hit the fan for real. Because you didn't have all this shit coming out about backstage bullshit when Cody was there. You didn't have all this dumb shit happening when, like, all the backstage fighting and stuff when Cody was there. And I believe it's because Cody was kind of the business person who treated it like it was. It's a business. He was a peacemaker. He kind of kept people from doing dumb shit. He was able to talk shit down and keep everybody level-headed. And once he left, Tony clearly can't do it, or we wouldn't have had the whole thing with CM Punk leaving in the first place. But he can't do it. So, because, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, he's not a fucking boss. He's everybody's friend, Tony Khan. He's not boss man. You don't want to fuck with him or he'll ruin you, Tony Khan. Even though he's did something that's bullshit that I'm going to get into in a minute when it comes to one of the wrestlers that's under AEW contract. And I'm explaining why in a second. But once Cody left, that's when all the problems started really coming out. All the backstage bullshit, all the beefs between talent, that all really started coming out once Cody left. You understand what I'm saying? You would hear like a little thing here or there about like Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, but you weren't hearing like, you wouldn't have had CM Punk go off like he did at Brawl at the All Out Media Scrum. You probably don't have the thing with Jack Perry and CM Punk. And CM Punk is still in AEW and he's not in WWE right now. Flat out. But it is what it is. That was the beginning of the end. Now to the other part of this, and I'm going to talk about Ricky Starks for a second. I'm bringing up Ray Fenix too, because what they're doing to him is kind of fucked up. Even though it's different with Ray Fenix. Now, as you all know, Ray Fenix and Penta were leaving AEW to go to WWE. It made no secret about it. They were gone. Tony Khan added injury time to the end of Phoenix's contract to keep him in AEW longer. So Penta's basically sitting at home. He's waiting for his brother. I don't know why. I would just go ahead and get yourself established, then bring in Ray Fenix. But he could do a singles run without Fenix. He doesn't need Ray Fenix. He could just go. Like, I don't know why. I get the loyalty of wanting to stick with your stick with your brother and do your thing and not leave him behind. I get it. I respect it. As someone who has like a brother, I understand. As somebody who has a younger sibling, my sister, I get it. I would want to. I would, if I were in this situation, I would do the same thing probably. But I don't know if I would, but probably would, especially for your tag team with that person. I would be like, all right, I'm gonna stay. I'll hold off till you're free. Injury time is one thing. Okay? Injury time is one thing. But you should still use the guy. Even if you don't want to give him like a platform, you're fucking paying him, so you might as well put him on TV, use him to put over other talent. Fuck. Unlike what they did with Ricky Starks. Now, it got reported today that AEW or Tony Khan picked up an option in his contract. Why? It's clear you don't have plans to use the guy. So, at that point, you should just let him fucking leave. Like, why are you tacking on extra like time on his contract to pick up an option for a guy you're just gonna pay to sit home? That's stupid, number one. It's dumb business because you're paying this person money to just do nothing. What the fuck are you doing? Second of all, it's petty. It's fucking petty. It's fucking childish. Yeah, you have the option in this contract where you could pick it up, but if you're not going to use him, let him go elsewhere where he's going to be used. You're paying him to do fuck all and just sit at home. It's stupid. It's just as stupid as having Camille signed since like January and then not having her come until now. It's as stupid as Megan Bain being signed and not using her. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You have these people, put them on fucking television. I mean, yeah, it's pretty obvious that Ricky Starks wants to fucking leave because you've undercut him at every fucking chance. You set him up with the thing with CM Punk, then that stopped. You set him in the tag team with Big Bill, then you stopped that. You had the team with him and Will Hobbs, and you stopped that. You had the feud with him and MJF, where he should have really beat MJF, and then for whatever reason, he didn't pull the trigger on that when he was the best thing. The one guy who could cut a promo that could hang with MJF in the mic. Hell, he ate MJF for fucking lunch that day. He ate Edge for fucking lunch. He straight up beat Edge's ass on the mic. And was being nice about it from all accounts, from what I understand. Because he could have buried Edge on the mic and he didn't. Calling him a vanilla midget. Like, bro, like, do you not know what color the man is? The man's not vanilla. In any way, shape, or form. He was one of the most over guys in the company, and they just have him sitting at home. Excuse me. Sitting at home doing fucking nothing. And you could tell he's pissed. Like, he's getting asked about it. Yo, why aren't you on TV? He's like, your guess is as good as mine, bro. I'm healthy. I'm good to go. They just, I don't know. And he's like, I don't know why I'm not being used. I'm ready. I'm healthy. There's been no denying or rejecting of ideas. There have been no ideas. Like, they haven't talked to me. Which is another thing Tony Khan's good at. He doesn't talk to people. He hadn't talked to Danhausen in months. Again, if you're not going to use the fucking person, fucking let them go. It doesn't matter where they fucking go after you. Why do you care where they go after they leave? You weren't using them, so fuck it. Let them go somewhere else and see if they can do something different. It doesn't fucking make sense to pay somebody that you're not using. If they're not home injured, if they're not injured, you're paying them for nothing. WWE cuts guys loose. Like, we don't have anything for you. Instead of keeping you here and just collecting dust, we're just going to let you go. Even Mustafa Ali. When Mustafa Ali was like, let me go, I want my release, they still had him on television doing shit until his contract ran out. They still use people until they release them or their contract runs out. The fact that these dumb motherfuckers in AEW, and by dumb motherfuckers, I mean Tony Khan because he runs the whole fucking thing, don't understand that you are hurting yourself long term by not just letting people that don't want to be there go. Because wrestlers see this shit, okay? Other companies that wrestlers have, like wrestlers see this, like, yo, they're fucking over Ricky Starks. They're fucking over Ray Fenix. They're fucking over Miro. They're fucking over whoever else may want to get the fuck out of there and go elsewhere. By not just letting them fucking go. They're fucking over their own talent. And for no other reason than to be petty and childish. Again, injury time is one thing. Because that means, hey, you still owe me this many months on the contract you signed. And we paused it while you were out injured. That's one thing. That's understandable. That's okay as a business practice. Okay? Picking up an option for a guy you have no intention of using, or simply not communicating with talent, is not good business. Picking up Ricky Stark's option was stupid as shit because it just leads, you're paying him for nothing. Like, he can legit sit home, chill, do whatever, go wherever, and just live his life. Until that runs out, then he goes to WWE. Anyway. And he still gets the star push, and he still gets the rub, because if he gets there, how much you want to bet they give him a mic and say, dude, go nuts? And if you're AEW, do you really want Ricky Starks going on a live mic and airing his grievances against you? For those who don't remember what that's like, remember when X-Pac got fired by WCW and showed up as the newest member, DX? Remember that promo he cut? And how he ripped on WCW and Eric Bischoff? Now, I love Eric Bischoff. And even he's admitted he fucked up by firing him FedEx. He should have called him. And Bischoff has said as much. He should have communicated better, and it should have been handled differently. So he said that. So, to those who think I'm just talking out my ass, let me tell you something. If you think I don't know my history about wrestling, I do know my shit. I lived through the Attitude Era. I lived through the Monday Night Wars. I lived through the NWA turning into WCW. I've lived through the down times and after the 80s era, into the new generation, into Attitude. Okay? I know the stories from back then. I went to the shows back then. I saw it live. And I'm telling you, AEW is fucking up. And if they don't right their fucking ship, they are not going to last. I don't give a fuck about the contract they have with Turner, with WBD. It doesn't mean shit until they actually live through the contract. But if they don't get the ratings up, if they don't fix their problems, they're not going to make it to the end of that contract. Because if WBD deems them not worthy enough to keep, then David Zaslav will cut them with the axe of Zaslav, with the quickness. WCW had a contract with Turner. They still got fucking canceled. Okay? Don't think that just because you have a contract, that it doesn't mean that the network can't cancel you if you're not bringing in viewers. Right now, AEW can't get above 700,000 viewers, okay? 700K. They haven't had 1 million viewers in over a year. Fuck, we're coming up on 2 years of not even 1 million people watching. And they've bottomed out as low as 500,000 people watching their shows. No network, no matter how much they love their lead in or whatever, is gonna put up with that for long. They gotta do something different. They gotta do something different. And this is not me just hating on AEW because I don't like the product. I don't like the product right now because it's not good. It's fucking trash. But it's been trash for over a year now. It's been bad for a while. It's not something that just happened. It's been bad. It's been getting bad. And it's getting worse. Okay? You can think that it's okay, and all the people out there who love AEW, and I can imagine who's going to come at me and all that shit. Oh, speaking of coming at people, because I got to talk about this. The whole thing with the girl from Fightful, what, Kate, whatever, and her dumbass fucking question at the media scrum to Lashley about black champions. That shit was corny, okay? It was a bad question, and Lashley soundly and rightfully addressed it in a way that he should have. We're past that black champion shit. We're past that Asian champion shit. We're past that Latina championship shit. We're just fucking champions now. We've established that. It's not just black champion. It's fucking champion. Period. And now she's all upset because people are rightfully saying your question was whack as fuck. But given who she works for, the people at Fightful, who are clownish as fuck anyway, it's not fucking surprising that the clown behavior of one, because the clown behavior starts at the top. And I'm talking about Sean Ross Sapp. He's a clown. Him and everybody over there at Fightful, they're clowns. They're fucking clowns. Okay? It's time to call it out. It's time to say it. It's been past time to say it. These are the same people that, and I talked about it before, that incorrectly outed somebody, quote unquote, mistakenly outed somebody as a PDF file, okay? They called someone a PDF file, and it wasn't even the right person. They got everything about the motherfucker wrong. To this day, that person is, if he posts something on social media, people come at him calling him a pedit, calling him a PDF file, okay? There's been no public apology for any of it. Yeah, he apologized in private, according to the guy that was the accusation levied at. But that's not something you do in private in that situation. That's a public fucking acknowledgement of, oh shit, we fucked up. He's not the same. We got the wrong guy. He's not a PDF file. Our bad. Don't drop it, everybody. It's not the case, okay? That's what should have happened. But it didn't. And it didn't happen because that type of activity is par for the course for the people at Fightful, particularly Sean Ross Sapp. Because what he does, and I'm going to say it's because he did it to me, as I talked about, but I didn't really elaborate too much. I said something about him, and it's my fault for saying something. I thought he was being a fake tough guy or being a wannabe tough guy. Me saying, dude, stop. Stop doing that. He came at me and I was like, okay, yeah, dude, whatever. Right? But he comes at me like, message me, DM me. And I was like, dude, you blocked me. I can't DM you. So he unblocked me so I could DM him. And I was like, basically, you rang? And he's like, starts being all aggressive towards me. And I'm like, dude, fuck is your problem, bro? And he's like, blah, 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 blah. You think I'm not gonna, if you call my friend this or that, you'll see what happens. I'm like, I didn't call your friend anything, first of all. Second of all, I don't know who your friend is to where I call him that. I've got more sense than that. What the fuck is your problem? I didn't say the shit. Someone else said the shit. I said what I said about what you said because in reality, we've seen you get face to face with somebody that you apparently wanted to do something to, and you didn't do shit. And it's the truth. When he had the chance to do something to that guy, not a punch was thrown. No punch was thrown. No one swung on anybody. Period. So all that tough guy shit goes out the fucking window. And now he's online offering people money to fight him. Like, dude, you're really that hard up for a fucking beating? Right? You're willing to pay someone to fuck you up? Okay. Put it online so people can see you get your ass whooped. And yeah, somebody was like, oh, he knows karate. Okay. Other people don't know karate? Or self-defense? I know self-defense. I also know how to fucking wrestle. So it's like, if you want to fight, like, if you come at me, like, you may not realize I know these things because you don't fucking know me. That's the problem with being that tough guy online. You don't know who you're antagonizing. So eventually I was like, dude, like, I don't know what the fuck your problem is, but I'm going to walk away now before I say something stupid and get myself in trouble because you're fucking crazy. You have problems. I'm going to leave before this gets into something stupid. And then he hits me from his burner account and keeps like, where'd you go? Where'd you go? And I'm like, I walked away because I was being the bigger, better person. And yes, Sean, I am the bigger, better person than you. You're a clown. You're a wannabe tough guy. You see, where I'm from, I ran into people like you all the time. You're the type of person when the rubber hits the road, you're not going to take that swing. You know you're not going to take that swing. I know you're not going to take that swing. But you don't know that if the other person on the other side is willing to take that swing. And that's your problem. That's the problem with a lot of people in the IWC and a lot of the people over at Fightful. They're willing to dish out shit to people, but they really can't take it when it's thrown back at them. They really can't. And that's kind of sad. It's actually pathetic. If you're going to sick people on somebody, first off, you need to make sure you're getting the right person. Or, even better, don't do that. Go after them yourself, you fucking cowards. That's what you do. If you want to go at somebody, fucking go at them yourself. Don't get a bunch of people to rally around you and your phony virtue signaling bullshit to go after them. You do it yourself because you're that guy. You're supposed to be so tough and so big and so bad. And that's another way I know you ain't shit. Because if you were, you'd do it yourself. But you don't do it yourself. Because you're a fucking coward. And if I were ever to see you in person, best believe I would say it to your face. And you wouldn't do shit about it. Because you're not about that life, son. And yeah, I'm calling you son, because I don't know how old you are and I don't fucking care. You act like a child. I'm an adult. I conduct myself like an adult. And believe me, I would treat you like an adult if we would ever have an altercation. You don't want that. You don't really want it with anybody. I actually don't want it with you. But if we ever were face to face and you ever were to get into my face, everything I'm saying in this video about you being a fucking clown and a dipshit, best believe I would say it to your fucking face. Now, I blocked you on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck you want to call it because I just really didn't want to put up with your shit anymore. I didn't want to see your shit. But I see the shit you're doing to other people. I see the way you conduct yourself. I still see it. You're still the same fucking clown that I dealt with when I dealt with you. And I'm tired of it, dude. I'm tired of dealing with people with people like you acting the way you act and running around like you do and suffering no consequences. So, Sean, you're inviting people to do this or do that or whatever. That's cool. You do that. Hopefully someday, best believe, someone will take you up on your offer to kick your ass, and they will kick your ass. It's not going to be me, because you're not worth the energy it would take to ball up my fist. It wouldn't be worth taking my glasses off to step outside with you. You're beneath me. You're beneath a lot of people, but best believe you are beneath me. You're a sycophant. You're a worm. You're a troglodyte. You're nothing. And your whole organization over there at Fightful is also a bunch of nothing. You're nothing. You're a pimple on the ass of wrestling journalism. Just like the observers become. Just like a lot of these places are. You're a pimple on the ass of actual journalism. And you're a disgrace to what journalists actually are. Because an actual journalist who's worth their shit would never out somebody as something they're not. Why you're given the platform to still be at wrestling shows, doing interviews, asking your stupid ass fucking questions, and your fucking to score your marks with these fucking dummies who still pay you for your shit. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't. You're not worthy. You're not worthy of it. You're not worthy of like a dime or a penny of anybody's money. And for all the things that people say, well, he catches a lot of shit. Yeah, he does. He does. And he brings it on himself with his actions. The way he conducts himself online, when he insults people, when he goes after people who don't agree with him, that's what brings people out to call him out and to make fun of him and diss him and his people like that. He brings it on himself. I don't feel an ounce of sympathy for him because of that. But make no mistake about it. And this will be the last time I talk about Fightful or anybody over there at that fucking joke of a website. Or its leader, Sean Ross Sapp itself. Because again, like I said, they're beneath me. All of them. Every last one of them are beneath me. And I'm nobody. Okay? I'm fucking nobody. Right? Like, I'm not some big internet person. I don't have a bunch of followers. I don't have a bunch of subscribers. But the people I do have, I appreciate them. And they know me. And they appreciate me because I'm willing to say something like this. So, I'll take my few people. And before it even gets said, you know what? I haven't accomplished a lot in my life. I've never reached even a modicum of the fame, quote unquote, or notoriety, quote unquote, that Sean Ross Sapp has. Not even close. I'm not even in that level that a guy like him is at. Nor am I aspiring to be anything like him. Because if doing the shit he does, if I have to get to the level he's at by doing what he does, I'm happy with my 40 something, my 46 subscribers and my couple hundred followers. I'll take that all day over selling myself or selling my soul like he has, doing what he's doing to be where I'm at. I'll stay where I'm at all day because I'll be damned if I go out like he has. Because that's a coward's way. That's a clown's way. That's bitch made stuff. And if there's one thing about me that people know, I ain't no bitch. That's all I've got on this one. I'm going to go do something more constructive with my time. Like, I don't know, watch NXT and make dinner and stuff like that because I've got a family that loves me. I've got friends that love me. And I'm fulfilled in my life with everything that I have. So that's all I got for this one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.